Hey everyone! Welcome back to another Shop My Stash. I know it's been a while since I've filmed one. You might notice or remember maybe some of the products that I pulled the last time. I tried to keep them in here, but since it has been a while, some of the things might have changed. So I'm going to try and talk through as many of these products as I can without this video being too terribly long. I'm going to go through this drawer, which actually sits on my vanity. So I'm not going to talk through every single thing that's in here. I have quite a few just random products like liners, primers, brow stuff. So I have my current brow gel, which is the Milk Makeup Kush Clear Brow Gel. That's gonna stay in. I have my Jane Cosmetics eye primer. This is in a Project Pan and is like just the current primer that I'm using, so that's gonna stay in. I have my Glossier Brow Flick. This I love. I am keeping in this drawer. It's kind of like my go-to. So I have two brow pencils. I have one from NYX. This is the Micro Brow. And then I also have one from Chella. These are both almost done, so I'm going to keep them both in there, try to finish them up in the next 2 weeks. I have a MAC paint pot in here. This is in the shade Laying Low. I've been using this. I was self-tanned a little bit ago. I'm not anymore, or like not currently. This is a good shade for me when I am self-tanned. So I'm actually going to take this out because I'm not currently using it, but yeah, it'll find its way back in probably. So next up, and kind of the last thing that I'm going to talk about that's in this little drawer, is the West Barn Co. Soap Brows. Don't really love this product. I feel like it's so easy to like go overboard and use way too much, and I think there's like probably a little bit of a learning curve to this. I think I just need to use it a little bit more and kind of get more familiar with it. But I actually have another product that I'm going to show you soon that I've been liking a little bit better. I think it's a little bit more like beginner friendly. That's this drawer. I'm going to go ahead and put this back where it belongs. So next up I have the tray that sits on top of my makeup basket drawer thing. This is not a basket, it's a drawer. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Glow Setting Spray. I've only used this once. First opinion, like first impression of it is it makes me super duper glowy, so this is true. I'm going to continue to use it. I still don't really know like how well it truly sets my makeup and makes it last and all of that. I'm gonna keep on working with this, so this will be staying. I have so many setting sprays and I'm kind of obsessed with them at the moment. Next I have this Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray, and I actually haven't used this yet. I think I put this in here in my Shop My Stash the last time and completely forgot about it. It was kind of hiding in the back there, which I think is why I didn't reach for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it in, and I'm gonna keep it in the front this time. Okay, so this is the last spray that I have. It's the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. And this is also a really nice dewy setting spray. I really like this so far, and I'm gonna continue to test it out, so I'm gonna leave it in here. I have the Tarte Found Sealer, and I've been really enjoying this. Probably one of my like top favorite foundations that I've tried recently. Like I have really been enjoying this. I am going to take this out for now. Okay, so next up I have the Covergirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. This is a really like sheer coverage foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this out because I've been wanting to do my makeup in the morning times, like a little bit, like just something like, you know, nothing crazy, just like mascara, like a little bit of brows, and maybe like some sheer coverage. So I'm going to keep this here. So this is the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas. I really like this primer. I also really like the solid one. I'm a pretty big fan of them. I just feel like they really glide on the skin and just like really smooth everything out. I'm going to put this back. I have some other primers that I would like to try out. And then we have the Smashbox Photo Finish Vitamin Glow Primer. This is an okay primer. I'm not crazy about it. Like I like it, but Is it one of the best primers I've ever used? No. Next up I have the Ole Henriksen Banana Brights Face Primer. This primer, just like the last one I was talking about, it's a decent primer. It's just that, again, I have primers that I like way more than this. Next up I have the Fenty Beauty Primer. This is the hydrating one. I've only used this, I think maybe twice, and so far I really like it, but I should probably like kind of hold off on saying my thoughts about it. I feel like I need to use it a couple more times to really like give you my full thoughts. For that reason, I am going to be keeping this in my Shop My Stash for the next 2 weeks. This little tray is going to go back up to its home, and we will fill it up with some more things in a minute. So next up I have some palettes to chit chat about. I definitely used other palettes, I think, that I might have forgotten to put in this area to like remember to talk about, but I'll go ahead and chat about these for a little bit. First up, I just have my like single shades. I kind of created like a, I don't know if I want to call it like a focus palette, because I'm not like trying to hit pan on any of these. These were just colors that I thought might complement some other shades that I had been working on. So just to give you a little glimpse of that. I am going to be switching these shades out at some point, but for now I'm just going to keep this here. So I had these two BH Cosmetics palettes, the Pistachio and the Bubblegum. I'm gonna go ahead and put these away for now. I don't want to spend too much time talking about these because I bought them like pretty close to when they launched. Then all of a sudden, like half of them, they're not even listed on this like Ulta or the BH Cosmetics site anymore. So I'm not sure what happened. Usually their stuff sticks around for a while. So there's this palette. This is a palette I bought at this point such a long time ago, and I still like haven't used it. Like I've swatched it, but I haven't used it, and it's been sitting here so long. So I'm gonna give it another go. So I'm gonna go through these drawers. I'm just gonna pull them out one at a time and kind of set them here so that I can go through everything. Next up I have two of these Stila glitters. I have Smoky Storm and Kitten Karma. You know, I always like say that I'm gonna use these and then I don't ever use them. I think I'm gonna keep these in. We'll see. So I did pull this lip gloss actually earlier this last week. It was amazing. I really do like this lip gloss. This is the Kosas Wet. I think these are the wet oil lip glosses, I think. And this is in the shade Jellyfish. I really do prefer like a nice clear gloss most of the time if I am going to opt for a gloss. So this has been really great. I am gonna go ahead and put this back. So this is my next drawer. This I actually talked about in my Graveyard Project Pan finale. I will leave it linked if you want to check that out if you haven't seen it yet, but this can actually come out now because the project is over. You'll see this though soon, but I do want to take like a little bit of a break from it, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out. And same with this Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. This is also no longer in an active project pan, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this back for now. I also have the Covergirl Clean Fresh Hydrating Concealer. Again, I only used this like a couple of times, so I'm actually gonna leave this in since I'm leaving in the foundation. I figure I might as well just like keep it in as well. Okay, so I also have two of these Hourglass Vanish concealers, and so far I am freaking obsessed with these. I really cannot wait to keep using these. Like, I don't really know what to say about them. They just they applied so well. So I'm gonna keep these in and just kind of continue to play around with them. Two lip liners hiding in this little drawer. So I have the Nabla Velveteen, that's not how you say that, Velveteen lip liner. This is in the shade Placebo. And then I have the NYX lip liner in the shade Natural. This is in a project pan. So next I'm pulling out our second to last drawer. This video is a little bit longer. I'm trying to kind of speed through, so I'll try to do my best. I have one product in this drawer that is not like a cheek or face product. This is the Patrick Ta like clear brow wax. I have actually been liking this a lot more compared to the self brows that I showed you earlier. Again, this should be in a different, the first acrylic drawer that I showed you. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this in my Shop My Stash. I'm gonna go through my blushes really quick. I have this Sigma one that is in a project pan, and then I also have the Milani baked blush in Luminoso. This is no longer in any active project pan, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it out for now. I have these two blushes. This is a ColourPop cream blush in the shade Birthday Suit, and it is getting really dry, so I'm kind of considering decluttering it, but I think I'm gonna leave it in for a little bit longer. This is a Nabla Skin Glazing Glass Skin Finish Glow Powder, but this is definitely, for me at least, a blush shade. It's really pretty. I have been liking this. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in my blush drawer, pick something new. Sorry, it's in the shade Lola. Forgot to mention that, but yeah. Since we were talking about Nabla, I'm gonna go ahead and chit chat about this bronzer. This is one of their Skin Bronzing Sun-Kissed Effect bronzing powders, and it's like a really pretty, like glowy bronzer. Kind of swatch it right there. I don't know how I feel about this bronzer. I kind of have like a hard time forming my opinions. Like, it's pretty, but it also didn't really apply. I don't know, I was kind of looking for like an airbrush, like very diffused, well blended out bronzer look to my skin when I use this. And it's not that I didn't get it. It's not like it was like patchy or anything, but it just didn't really apply like I thought it was going to, and I'm having a hard time like describing how it did apply. So I don't know if I would necessarily like recommend this as a bronzer. I just don't think it's like my favorite formula. I definitely need to use this a little bit more, I think, but I'm going to pull it out for now. I have this Fenty Beauty bronzer. This is in the shade Island Ting. This is a really pretty bronzer. I bought this shade recently to use when I'm self-tanning because I don't really have a lot of darker bronzers. Like, I tend to shop for like ones that will work really well with my fair skin tone. I just, was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and get this because I like the formula. I also have the lighter shade. This is the shade Into Sun, and as you can see, like, hopefully it's very worn. Like the embossing, like the logo that's been embossed here is almost gone. You can barely see it. But yeah, I do really like this bronzer. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out for now, but I would definitely recommend this formula if you're interested. I think it's a really good one. So I also have this ColourPop Super Shock highlight in the shade Lunch Money, and this is in a project pan, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep it in. These are kind of just the like whatever doesn't fit in my other drawers. I have this highlighter palette from Laura Geller. This is in a project. I will go ahead and not talk about it too much. And then next I have the Hourglass. I think this is the Veil, yeah, Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I really like this powder. I'm gonna, I think, put this away for now. I have some other ones I want to try out, but I do really like this. So next up I have the Becca like Hydra, what is this? Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. As you can probably tell, I do have quite a bit of this powder left. This just feels really weird on my skin now when I use it. It's definitely past the point of like still being cooling when you put it on. Doesn't set my face, like it does not set down. I think I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. Second to last product, I have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder, and I still am testing this out, but so far I'm actually really liking this. I'm gonna actually keep it in for another 2 weeks and just continue to test it out. The last one that I have is the baby one. This little beautiful palette from Lawless. So I literally just got this like recently during the Sephora VIB sale. I wasn't going to buy it but I saw Samantha March talking about it, and oh my god, it just looked so beautiful. And I've been wanting to try out her eyeshadow formula for the longest time, and I didn't really feel the need to like get her more neutral, like warm neutral palettes, so I skipped on those and I saw this and I was like, oh, this is stunning. I actually wore, this was what I had on my eyes in my Graveyard Project Pan finale, and I just thought it was such a beautiful eye look. I really enjoyed using this. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out for now because I have some other palettes I want to play around with. This is the Rare Beauty Lippie. I forget what these are called, but this is, what shade? This is in the shade Brave. I'll go ahead and swatch it. I've actually never swatched it. I've already got some swatches on my hand, but ooh, there is that. Look at it, like a little patchy. It's interesting. Okay, so I got this like a while ago and I feel like I have not been paying it enough love, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this Tower 28. What are these called again? The Shine On Lip Jellies. This is in the shade Chill, and it obviously is just a clear lippy, so I'm not gonna swatch that, but okay. So I have some of these Smashbox Always On Lippies. So I'm gonna take the Smashbox Always On Lippie. This is in the shade Driver's Seat. Let me just, ooh, yes. This is where that first drawer is that I had. There are some Lippies in here, some like sample size ones. And we have some Lippies up here that you can't really see very well. Sorry about that. I do have, sorry, this is kind of a weird angle. I'm like, the ring light is like in the way, so like I can't get closer to the camera right now. But this is the this is an Artist Couture Lippie. This is in the shade Saucy Gal. Mine is a little janky. It kind of came messed up. I don't know if you can see. I kind of want to take this one from the Balm. I wanted to reach for some of the new ones that I like literally just got. Go ahead and take those. So I have these two Natasha Denona Lippies. These are the like I Need a Nude collection. I'm never sure how to pronounce this one name. Andrea, I'm not really sure. I feel like people pronounce it so differently. And this is the shade Maria. These are the drawers that are underneath my vanity. So this is the first one here. And this is basically, I have some single shades that are in like magnetic palettes. I've got some eye primers and bases over here. I do want to pull one of these because I haven't given them a try yet. Sorry, totally out of focus. So this is one of the one size, what are these called? Eye poppers. This is in the shade Continental. Everything else glitter wise I'm gonna leave here. And then I'm also going to take this. This is the Mario like prep and prime type of thing. What is this called? Master Eye Prep and Set. And this is the light one. I want to go ahead and take this ColourPop like Jelly Much shade. This is in She Grown. So I would like to try this out. I've never tried this formula. I'm gonna take a couple of these, I'm gonna take a couple of these Kiko shades. Powder and concealer drawer. Oh, I totally forgot. I had been using these Huda Beauty powders and I forgot to leave them in my Shop My Stash when I was doing my makeup inventory. But I've been liking these, but I think, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna keep these out. I'm gonna keep using them for my under eyes. And then I bought this one size, like Patrick Star, what is this? The Ultimate Setting Powder. This is the translucent shade. I'm gonna go ahead and test this out. I'm very curious to see how I like that. And then concealer, let's see, I have the Vanish concealers already in my drawers. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one. This is the Tarte Hydro Sealer. And then, I know I have a lot of concealers actually because I still have the CoverGirl one in there as well as the Vanish Hourglass one. So maybe I'll hold up. I want to try this one soon though. This e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I feel like it's been sitting there for a while. So yeah, okay. I'm going to leave it at that. But like, oh my gosh, I'm going to pull so many things from this drawer. So I only have one foundation that I pulled out. So I'm going to pick maybe two. I have like a sheer one. Ooh, yes. Okay. So I'm gonna take the Huda Beauty, these are these Faux Filter stick foundations. So I have two shades. I have a self-tan shade and a normal shade. I'm gonna take these to try out. So I have this Lawless, Woke Up Like This Flawless Finish Makeup. I'm gonna go ahead and test this out. I've used this before, like a really long time ago, and I do not remember if I liked it or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this. I don't even really remember if this was like full coverage or... So I don't wanna pick too many eyeshadow palettes because I already have the one size like Patrick Star palette. I definitely want to make sure I'm getting use out of that. And then I actually had set aside two palettes already for the Shop My Stash that I really just wanted to make sure that I got some use out of. I'm gonna pick one from this drawer to add. Actually, I think I'm gonna pull two from this drawer and you'll see why I'm doing two of them because I think they kind of go together. Is this the right one? Yes. Okay, so I hope you guys can see. I can't see the viewfinder from here. Makeup by Mario. This is the Master Mattes palette. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. And I'm also gonna go ahead and grab the Master Metallics. And that's it on palettes, and I'll show you the other two in a minute. I have one Fenty primer that I already left out. So I'm going to pull, I think I'm just gonna pull one primer from this drawer. I don't wanna like overwhelm myself. I'm gonna pull the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. This is obviously a little mini size, and I've used this before and I liked it, but I want to test it out a little bit more. And I've also, since I have the setting spray, I feel like this will go well with that. So we're gonna take this one. So I actually only have one highlighter that's currently in my Shop My Stash right now. So that one is a cream highlight. I think we need to add at least one powder highlight. I have this one from Jouer that's new to my collection. This was like limited edition. I don't know if they're still selling it, but it's the Molten Glow. I really want to try this out, so I'm gonna take this one, but I also want to take one that I like know works really well for me. I'm tempted to do this Ofra glazed donut just because mine's all janky. I don't know how this happened. It came like that, I don't know, but it is a beautiful, beautiful highlighter. It's one of like the Nikki Tutorials ones. Super pretty. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this. I just feel like it's very holiday-esque. I don't know why, like, because it's kind of like a white highlighter. There's also this one. This is really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna take this one out too, and we'll decide in a minute. So these are like drugstore, and then we have some high-end back here, but these are like huge highlighters or highlighting palettes that are back here. Ooh, you know what? So I kind of been wanting to pull this Essence highlighter out recently because for some reason lately I've just been feeling like I want somewhat of a more subtle glow. I'm just gonna pull this because this one is one I like never reach for because it's so subtle. As far as these go, I don't want to overdo it on highlight because I feel like I've overdone it on a couple of the other categories and I'm a little overwhelmed already. So I think I'm gonna take this one right here and we'll keep these in mind for next time. This is my highlighting drawer that's like cream, loose powders and liquids. So I kind of want to have a showdown between the Mayron Sweat and Tears, the Mario Secret, like Master Secret Glow thing. These are very like similar in terms of like the finish, but they're very different so far to me, but I want to keep kind of testing them out together. And then I was thinking this Tower 28 like Super Dew Shimmer Free Highlight Balm, and there's no shade, like No Shade is the shade name, I think. Kind of a similar concept, and I kind of just want to see like what the differences are between these three, which one's kind of the best in terms of my like preferences. If you can refrain from judging me, this drawer has absolutely exploded. I don't know what happened. I'm kind of thinking about maybe one of these Melt blushes. This one is the Blush Light in Nevermore. And then we also have Honey Thief. I kind of want to go with this one because this I've been wanting to get my hands on for so long, and then when I finally did, I feel like I've only reached for it like maybe once, so card got full and cut me off. But I think I'm gonna take this one, which is Buzzkill. I have two of these, I'm probably gonna say this wrong, but Ritual Defy, I think. Then there's also, I have the shade Bee Sting, just this one. I feel like both of these are very fall appropriate, so I think I'm gonna pull both of these just because I haven't tried them yet. So I think I'm gonna limit myself to two bronzers, and I think one of them is gonna be a cream bronzer. I'm gonna take this Milk Makeup bronzer in the shade Baked. It's a little mini, and I haven't tried it out yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this. All right, this is the hard part because I have a couple new bronzers. Ooh, okay. I have this Charlotte Tilbury one. Wow, that is so shiny. I think I'm gonna take this because, you know, I spent a pretty penny on it and haven't tested it out yet, so we'll take that. So you can still hear me, I'm kind of squatted down. It's hard to film these drawers down here. So I have three setting sprays that I pulled already. So I'm gonna go crazy with this drawer here. I'm going to take this Fenty Beauty What I Do. This I wouldn't really consider like a setting spray so much as just something to kind of like prep and like take away like powder and kind of add some dewiness. That's everything that I've got so far. I have a couple more products to show you that I had already kind of picked out to make sure I added in here. I have two palettes to talk about. The first palette is this Tiny Marvels palette. This was the like Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson collab. I also have the Supreme Nudes palette from Artist Couture, and this one I have wanted ever since it launched because these tones are everything to me. I don't know why, I'm just so into like this type of neutral tone at the moment. I'm gonna go ahead and put all of this stuff away and I will speed up the footage for you. Before I do, please let me know down in the comments if you have any constructive, you know, polite, friendly, constructive feedback for me in terms of how I can better film these. I know this video is going to be obviously a lot longer. You guys, it took me like multiple hours to film this video. I don't know exactly what just happened today. So editing this is going to be a nightmare, but I know I probably should just not pick as many products, but I also feel like I don't mind longer Shop My Stash videos personally. Yeah, let me know what are some products you've been loving recently. Leave me a comment down below. That's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna go ahead and put this whole mess away and organize it.